Good morning, everyone. Pastor Kelley here with you live for Gracethoughts 3.5. This is Tuesday, the 31st of January, coming to you in our Super Bowl 51 studios. We'll be here all week broadcasting from the Super Bowl 51 studios. I'll be wearing a different Patriots hat every day just to commemorate this great national day. Now, last night we started this week talking about the justice of God. We talked about last night, very important to set the stage. Why do bad things happen to good people? Great question, especially if you're one of those good people who have had bad things happen to you. Or why do good things happen to bad people? That can be a little frustrating too, especially if you don't like the bad person. So those are two big questions. Now what I want to do today, good morning Don, thanks for being so faithful. we're going to talk about this, and this is going to run parallel with the sovereignty of God, so we'll probably blend it all together in the next week or two. You have Genesis 1 and 2, you have the creation of the world, you have the creation of man, and then you have at the end of the Bible, you have Revelation chapter 22, and that's the end of the world and the rejuvenation of the world. In between there, between Genesis 1 and 2, you have Genesis 3, all the way to Revelation chapter 21, you have this parentheses, if I can use that term, there's like a gap right there. And in that time is where we're living. We're living in the gap. You have a perfect world in Genesis 1 and 2, and you have a perfect world in Revelation chapter 21 and 22. And in between, you have life. You have life on the planet Earth where there is sin, where there is corruption, where there is evil, where there is death, and where there is where the good sometimes are mistreated and the bad sometimes seem to prosper. Because there seems to be a lack of justice in the world. It seems like God somehow is not ruling properly because the good guys aren't winning and the bad guys seem to be getting ahead, and so there is a violation in the justice of God. Now let me just say this because we have 3.5 minutes. Nothing is ever forgotten. Everything is written down. None of the works in Jesus' name will ever go unrewarded. None of the things people do in evil and in secret will ever go unnoticed. God sees it all. We're living in the parentheses. We're living between Genesis 1 and 2 and Revelation chapter 21 and 22. And in these parentheses, that's where life happens. But we have to see life outside of the parentheses. We see life from an eternal perspective, which we'll talk a lot more about. And when we see things from an eternal perspective, then we understand the parentheses won't always make sense. It won't always be fair. But we don't live for the parentheses. We live for Revelation 21 and 22. And that's, my friends, when God's justice really is made known and becomes realized by all of us. Jesus, bless our day today. Bless these precious people with us today and who will listen to this broadcast, signing off from Super Bowl 51 Studios. Have a great day.